Hello everybody, my name's Blinky.
Hey, I'm Tin Fox.
And this is the Scroll Show.
Woohoo!
Oh, that was good. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a condensed version than we would normally be doing it, because there's not a lot to talk about and we're missing things.
And it's the first one. We have to let you know what we're all about so that you can participate as well.
Yeah, we like participation.
It's not bad.
Oh god.
Right.
So we will start with the news.
The news!
Patch 0.79 is out.
Yes. We have new features.
We do.
Some of them good, some of them bad. What was your favorite feature change?
Oh, questions. I like the nerfs. That's what
the
I like.
nerfs? Okay.
The nerfs. Because
Okay.
it means other decks can work, which I'm a fan of.
Yes. Whenever the scrolls change, that means the format will change, and that's always good.
Yeah,
I hope
as long as they're good changes.
Yeah, certainly. Well, my favorite part was the art. I think the Poi Poi coming on board was a great addition.
Yeah. Is Poi Poi a woman?
I think she is.
You think she is? Well, you're not going to say I think she isn't.
Yeah.
that would be confusing. Yeah, so new artist, Poi Poi.
Yes, I'm going out on a limb and saying yes.
Yes, okay. And she did the background intro
That's
art thing.
That is beautiful.
It is very nice.
Splash screen. I could stare at that for a while.
Yes.
But then I wouldn't get to play, so I eventually have to leave.
Yeah, I tend to find myself slapping myself awake whilst viewing it because I do get hypnotised by the niceness.
But we also got a change to the rating system.
Yep, rating system has completely changed.
Totally revamped.
How are we going to describe this? Everything's got set to naught in a separate rating system.
We have
Our old rating system is kept. I don't know.
It says your existing ELO value is still used for matchmaking, but each player has a separate rating which is displayed in game. The new rating starts at 0 and builds up to your ELO value as you play ranked games. We haven't reset anyone's existing ELO value. It sounds confusing, but you don't need to worry about it. That's Jacob's job. So,
well, as long as it's Jacob's job, that's okay.
Exactly. So,
all I know at the moment is Naya is top by a lot.
Yeah. He's been going crazy. He's been playing quite a bit.
At the time of recording, he's on a loading screen.
He's on 1,913 points.
So that's still about 1,400 if you do it by the previous ranking, isn't it? Because they added 500 on.
Yeah, essentially that's what it sounds like. So
yeah, so yeah, I don't know. So should we go through the changes to the scrolls one?
We might as well. I think
that's a big thing.
Yeah. So we've got a new scroll.
Blind Rage.
Blind Rage, indeed. Yeah. Looks like it's going to deal damage to target creature, so it's going to be a spell. Target creature deals damage equal to its countdown to adjacent units. Its countdown is then increased by 1, and it costs 4 energy. So it's an energy scroll.
It is. And I've tested it.
How's it work?
Not very good. I had so many plans with this and Thunder Surge and Flip and Pother to move things together and then burn them and do lots of horrible things, but no.
Yeah, and when you say Flip and Pother, you bring up a very good point, is that anyone playing against an energy deck, I think, is going to succumb to the fear of Thunder Surge and move all their units so they're no longer adjacent to each other. So we have Blind Rage, Blast Strike, Thunder Surge, all making a play style that makes all of them ineffectual, essentially. So
yep, and I tried those order spells to increase the countdown as well, like Thought Trap and Frost Windsor, I think so.
Mm-hmm. And then did someone God Hand you?
Yeah. Twice.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah. Speaking of God Hand, speaking of God Hand, we did get a nerf to God Hand. It no longer gives everything three attack. Gives everything +2 attack.
Yep.
So the God Hand doesn't hurt as bad, but it's still powerful.
it's still a pain.
Yes.
But
and it still makes it so all those countdown spells are fairly ineffectual.
Yep. Oh yes. I spend all my time trying to find these stupid combinations, and then I get god-handed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Quake.
Quake. Oh yes.
The big change, I think.
Yeah. Quake is now dealing 3 damage to structures and 2 damage to creatures. It's still doing it to all creatures and all structures, and its cost has been reduced to 6.
Yep.
So for you, this is a big nerf.
It is a big nerf.
It's a big nerf.
Except now you just get quaked twice instead of once.
Exactly. Yeah, and you get quaked faster.
Yeah.
But I think I'm still a fan because I think it has a place in aggressive decks.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some success with Quake plus Bear Paw.
Plus Bear Paw.
That seems to make it so that I can put Bear Paw on a Kinfolk Brave and it will survive Quake.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like something I should be able to do, but
well, put part of a bear on a creature and it survives an earthquake.
Yeah, exactly. Bears don't like earthquakes.
No,
right?
no.
I guess they don't care. If I was a bear in the woods, I don't think I would mind an earthquake so much.
No, you're like, oh, it's just an earthquake, you know.
Yeah. That'll just knock some trees over.
Yeah, you know, not too bothered about that. Eternal Statue. That's had its health reduced to 4.
Yep. That seems fair. I think that's one of the best changes for scrolls.
I think it should cost 3 actually.
You think it should cost 3 now, even though its health has been reduced to 4? Yeah.
No, not cost 3. Sorry, have its health reduced to 3.
Reduced to 3. Well, I think then that just makes Kinfolk Veteran better.
Yeah, well, sod Kinfolk Veteran.
I guess it makes burn better as well. Is that? But essentially, or eventually, you nerf it so much that nobody plays it.
I know, but it just fit in with the balance of other cards. That's one thing.
So that it would die to Quake.
Yeah, I like things dying to Quake, but I also like things surviving to. I don't know.
Yeah, depends on which side of the Quake you're on.
It does.
Nice. Speaking of dying to Quake, Kinfolk Veteran would have died to Quake had it not changed because its health has been reduced to 4.
Yep.
But that is not the case anymore. Now it seems like Kabonk and all these 1 damage spells are good now. Like Ragged Wolf, and not that Ragged Wolf is ever bad, but anything that can deal 1 damage can essentially put the Kinfolk Veteran into Kinfolk Veteran range.
It dies to Kinfolk Veteran, Ragged Wolf, and Ragged Wolf Focus. They are the combos.
That seems pretty good. And Kabonk Kinfolk Veteran.
Yeah. And other things that do 1 damage.
Good. I'm glad we're good at math.
Well, I'm doing a degree in it, so you know.
Oh well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I am not.
No, you're not. You're doing your
something. It's so hard to explain to people. I'm not going to try.
You're in the CIA. You're.
Yeah. Well, now I have to kill you.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks for picking that one up.
Oh well. So this is now my eulogy.
Yeah. Essentially, there you go.
And at my eulogy, I like to bring up proximity charge. See the link I did there. Yeah.
Well played. So the proximity charge now summons a copy of itself on a random adjacent tile when it comes into play, and it costs 4.
It does cost 4.
Thoughts?
I still don't like it. It makes no sense. Anyway, why would you place a mine, then randomly another mine appears?
Well, at least it appears within a close proximity of the.
It infers if you're dragging another mine along, they'd both blow up at the same time as well, because they're close to each other.
Yeah, if they were, yeah. So I think essentially the change was to make it so that one could not the one you play out cannot be as easily dealt with. What am I? Easily dealt with.
Yeah.
It seems though that there's still so many ways to deal with one that it's actually doesn't end up being too difficult to deal with the other. A Kabonk is very nice again. Ragged Wolf isn't so bad to smash into one.
Inferno Blast.
Infernal. Oh, yeah, I didn't even think of that.
No? Speaking of Inferno Blast, we're good at these links now.
Ah, look at this.
Has its rarity changed?
Look at it. So, now it's common.
It's now a common.
Okay. Well, I think that's good. Because Infernal Blast used to deal 2 damage to everything in a hex grid thing.
And it costs
in a hex in every adjacent space.
Yeah.
Now, it's only dealing 1 damage, and that seems to be not as amazing. So going to common, that makes sense.
I think you should do 2 damage to the middle one.
Oh, that would be neat. So then it sort of radiates outward.
Yeah, I like that. That would be good. But it would have to cost more, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because then
it has to cost 4 then. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's spark dealing 2 damage for 2 right now. I think that would make Infernal Blast too good again.
I think you're right.
I think we would see a decline in the use of Kinfolk Brave, maybe, though. That wouldn't be so bad.
No. Death to Kinfolk Brave is a good thing.
Yeah.
I hate that card.
It is definitely not a fun card to play against.
No, what I see people doing is now putting like 2 Kinfolk Braves down and playing 2 Focuses and just destroying my middle idol straight away, and that annoys me.
That's pretty intense, yeah. So turn 2 Kinfolk Brave, turn 3 Kinfolk Brave, turn 4 Focus.
I don't know.
Okay, something ridiculous.
Turn 4 or 5 annoying me. That's
yeah.
That's how it goes.
Causing lots of chaos.
Inflicting Blinky Rage. That's what. That's how it's known.
Blinky Rage. Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a bug fix as well.
And that's a very big bug fix too. Fertile Soil now works as intended, which means that it is only able to target creatures.
Which we like.
We very much like. I think that was a huge bonus to Fertile Soil that it could target structures as well.
Yeah.
Especially memorials.
Yep.
I think
memorials are annoying.
I think that at this point now that memorials can only be targeted via Fertile Soil, or cannot be targeted via Fertile Soil. Wow, losing my mind here. I think that makes them less valuable, and running say 6 in a deck is just unnecessary, and it's going to hurt your consistency as a deck.
Yeah. Right, is that it for the news, or is there anything else?
I think we're good. I think that was everything.
You think that's everything? Good.
Yeah. It was a good patch overall, I'd say.
You approve of the patch?
Yeah, I'm saying yes.
Good.
Put my foot down.
You're saying it. This is a big claim, is it?
On record, the patch did not suck.
The patch did not suck. Unlike a few patches there have been.
Yeah. Well, I think any patch is a good patch because you can tell that there's a recognition that there's room for change and that they're trying. And that they're, sometimes they listen to feedback, sometimes they don't. And I think maybe the last patch, they didn't hear the Quake criticism as much. And now that they've done something that's good.
I still don't think it should be in growth.
That's fair. Yeah, the fact that it's still in growth is actually a interesting design choice. Because it still gives growth access to some of the best tools.
It's giving growth everything.
Yes, essentially.
Mass removal, quick units, draw, structures, annoying me.
Big finishing spell.
Yep, cold hand. It may be nerfed, but they're still there.
Yep.
Either way.
So in other news, we've got a update for the upcoming patch. Some Twitter posts have shown new energy scrolls in the works, as well as one more growth, perhaps, and another order scroll.
Yep.
Thoughts?
I like. Well, there's been one picture shown.
Oh yeah,
the energy horn.
And that guy looks beefy.
It's an enchantment. I wish it was a creature, but
yeah. So it's an enchantment. We know energy's getting another enchantment from the picture, which I think we'll try and post. Is a very large man with epic beard, out on one side, armor, shields. On the other side, big beefy sword. I'm guessing it's probably going to buff some stats. I suspect.
Maybe it makes it look like someone's getting angry, doesn't it? So
yeah. So perhaps it's a relentless enchantment.
It might. Ooh. No, that would be the most overpowered thing ever.
Yeah. An enchantment that gives a creature relentless. So.
It'll cost 1 or 2, won't it? And they'll be like, they'll be like, no, that's fine. It's
good. It's good.
It costs 2. No one's going to pay 2 for that. Like,
yeah. 2 attack plus relentless or something.
Put that in a growth energy deck and God Hand and.
Yeah. I would wonder if you could put give an enchantment relentless or an enchantment that gives relentless because of ranged attack creatures. I don't know if you could put a relentless enchantment on a ranged creature.
Maybe you would say if this creature has ranged attack, it loses it. Sort of.
Or just do like rapid fire, like boo boo boo.
Now, boo. Yes, not great.
That was my sound effect for
30 pieces of meat.
Yeah.
Why does it fire meat? Why?
What?
Gravelock Elder, it fires meat. Why?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know why. Ham, like it looks like a cooked like ham. I don't know why it fires meat, and it doesn't have ranged attack though, but it looks like it should.
Well, Elder,
yeah.
It does have ranged attack.
It does. I thought it didn't.
No, it does.
Okay. Well, I'm crazy then.
Otherwise, it would run up to someone with a piece of meat and club them.
But I think the animation for Gravelock Elder is misleading because I don't.
Because it fires ranged.
Because I don't think it has. Yeah.
Okay. If it does have ranged attack, you owe me a bunny.
No. You're on. Okay.
Okay.
Let's find it. I think at one point I looked at this and I was shocked that it did not have ranged attack.
Oh, it's got ranged attack.
You liar! Let me look.
No. I'm not lying here.
Yeah, whatever. Can't trust you. Gravelock Elder. It has ranged attack. Who would have thought?
Me?
Firing ham from its scepter. It's ham staff. It's the enchanted staff of ham.
This is gonna be like a card that's like called Pig, or like you can sacrifice it for your elder, and it just like.
Yeah. When Pig is cast, he seeks revenge on any Gravelock Elder in play and immediately destroys it.
Wraps it in bacon and just. Like...
Yeah, the bacon card is to kill the pig card. Yes.
This is why we don't design things.
Who would have thought we'd be so great at this?
People say you should design it. No, we shouldn't.
We would. This is what would happen.
It would just be meat, and maybe like there would be a card. It's like vegan, and everything gets destroyed. Or...
Yeah, all carnivores immediately destroy the vegan.
Yeah. Oh
well. Anyway.
Okay. This is where we would do other things, but there's nothing there to do. We'd have a competition, but we haven't got that anymore. So we're going to go straight to questions.
There we go. That works.
Yeah. And so first question is from Crow, I believe. He says, "How do you think the confirmed Decay resource is going to play?"
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's an interesting question. It seems like with there still only being so many spaces for scrolls to interact in, I'm thinking it's going to punish adjacencies again, sort of like energy with stuff like the Mire Bog, the one scroll that was in growth that was sort of removed.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of poison, I'm sure. I'm sure that will be prominently featured.
Yeah, but it's going to be a lot of dead sort of. I'm expecting like skeletons sort of things.
And we can draw some information from what we know is not in the game currently anymore. That is the infected Gravelock.
Yeah, that'll be in it.
The Life Stealer,
yeah,
which will probably be a Decay resource or Decay creature stealing life. Then there was one more. If you look at Junkyard currently, Junkyard says Junkyard the growth wall structure. It says rat creatures that you control gain +1 health while Junkyard is in play. So currently there are no rat creatures in the game, but is my guess that there will be rat creatures in Decay, and that will be a creature type much like Gravelock or Wolves. And there'll probably be a cheap one, a middle costed one, and then like a rat lord of some sort is my guess.
A rat lord or a rat king. It'll be
rat king. Yeah. It's just an amalgamation of rats that And
there'll be some kind of card called sewage or something, where you just like I don't know, poison, mass poison or something.
Yeah. Something pretty. Yeah. Oh, Myra's Curse. That's what I was thinking of. Myra's Curse is before enchanted unit attacks, all adjacent units receive 1 damage. It's no longer in the game. It was a growth spell, but I'm guessing that's going to make it to Decay as well. Yeah. So there's a lot there. I think that we can sort of pull from what's been taken out of the game, and there's a lot we can speculate from what's currently in the game.
And more memorials.
Yeah, and more memorials. Obviously, there'll be. Yeah, I wonder.
Can't ignore memorials.
We will get. That I guess that means we'll get 6 more memorials.
Yeah.
3 for Decay, and then 1 for each of the growth, order, and energy to get a Decay memorial.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nice.
That'll be interesting.
So there you go. I hope that answers your question. This also from Crow, I think. For an energy fan like myself, can you give a rundown of each new card and how you think they could be used for maximum effectiveness? This was sent, obviously, for the previous patch.
Yeah.
So we can discuss those cards.
Absolutely.
Start with Blast Strike. That's the enchantment that when it inflicts damage to a unit, it does 1 to the surrounding adjacent units, is it?
Yep. It costs 2. It's an enchantment. Yep. And I think what we mentioned earlier is going to be the same thing. It's if you're playing around Thunder Surge, you're also happen to be playing around Blast Strike. So
be good on a relentless creature though.
It would be good on a relentless creature, yeah. And I would be curious to see if you can cast it on a
on what, a wall?
Cat. Yeah. I don't know that you can put it on the destroyer or the.
No, it's creatures only.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, that would be weird.
Sorry.
So that's Blast Strike. Overdrive will go to next.
Overdrive. When Overdrive comes into play, and at the beginning of the following turns, enchanted structures countdown is set to 0. At the end of these turns, it's dealt 2 damage. So it's essentially the Deathcap Berserker for
structures.
Structures. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got no use at the moment, obviously, apart from that.
It'd be interesting to see it on Ether Pump.
That's what.
The Ether Pump that does. It costs 4, I think, 4 or 5, and
5.
It has a countdown of 3. And when its countdown reaches 0, it deals 1 damage to all opposing creatures and has 5 health. So you could get two turns of 1 damage to everything. And then if you had a way to heal your pump, or if we put a potion of resistance on it, then you could do it multiple turns after that. So maybe as a defensive combo, Overdrive plus Ether Swarm Pump.
And those Machine Priests, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Machine Priests to heal that. Yeah.
And I think you're trying too hard to do a pretty mediocre.
Yeah, at this point, there's better spells that you can put in, or better scrolls you can put in your deck than Overdrive at the moment.
I got a message from someone when that was revealed, the day of its release. He said, "Oh, imagine three ether pumps with being healed all the time, doing 3 damage a turn." I said, "Yeah, try it. See if you can get that far."
It looks cool, but it does not win you the game.
It's not going to help you. It's not going to get there or happen.
Yeah.
Plating.
Yep. Enchanted unit disregards the next damage taken. Plating is removed afterwards. So.
And the latest patch, it's had its cost reduced to 1. It was 3 previously, I think.
Yeah, 3 or 2, which was obviously too much.
Yeah, because you can't compare it to Potion of Resistance.
Exactly. Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah. Potion of Resistance is better. Is that what we're? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the one shot effect of it. The problem is you don't get to pick when plating goes off. Usually it's your opponent's attack or your opponent. A kabonk on a plating is probably the most depressing thing.
It will make you cry.
Yeah. So that seems to be the biggest issue, is that it doesn't. If it drew you a scroll maybe when it died.
No, it has an interesting effect.
Like when plating is removed, draw a scroll.
I think that would be too overpowered.
That would be a bit OP.
Put on in more wheels, and we're back to that situation.
Yeah, it would have to go back. It would have to be like 3 costed at that point, or maybe cost 2, but still.
Or maybe no, that'd be stupid. I was thinking maybe it was like left behind if a creature dies, and like you stick your next creature on top, and it picks it up and puts it on.
So that would be cool if it enchanted a space, like a it was called like bunker or something.
Yeah, that'd be a bit weird though.
Yeah, that's a whole new design. And,
we are breaking the game with these discussions.
Yeah. But I think that would be cool though, to see spells that target hex spaces that don't have creatures in them that then buff this space.
Yeah.
I think that would be neat.
It would. Redesign. Target creatures' attack and health switch values.
Yeah, it's
an effect.
It's neat.
Can't be used on structures, which is what we were hoping for. Like just immediately kill a wall, but yeah.
Trying to think of like the most broken usage of it. I'm sort of the Gravelock Elder maybe. I have a 5/3, but maybe combo it. Maybe if it combos well with Dryadic Power, but even then, you're playing 2 scrolls to do
not a lot.
A focus maybe for a turn.
Yeah, if you Dryadic Power anyway, it's not moving, is it? So it's stupid.
Yeah.
So we're a bit out on that one.
Interesting, but
yeah.
Well, 1, 2. So what do we have left? We have Iron Whip.
Iron Whip. You can go to Iron Whip if you want. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
My favourite card.
So far, it's sort of a blessing of haste and a mini
mini thing.
A mini it's a blessing of haste plus.
Yeah.
Plus, really. My favorite Iron Whip target so far has been Great Wolf.
That's it. Oh, for your growth energy deck.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I am a fan of putting it on an Iron Ogre, but it seems
my favourite's Copper Automaton.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. That is a good combo though. Iron Whip, Copper Automaton, and then I assume you do something else with that as well.
Yeah, Magma Pack.
How much damage does that do?
It does 10.
That's very convenient. Wow.
It is.
So you
I know.
Take out an idol with 3 scrolls.
Yeah, it does damage.
All in one turn.
Yep. So we like Iron Whip.
Yes.
We are fans of that. Incendiaries, we are not a fan of.
Yeah, it seems like the best way to deal with structures at this point is Inferno Blast, because...
But it's memorials, isn't it?
Yeah,
or Waking Stones, in which case you can just do 1 damage anyway.
Yeah, and especially with the nerf on Eternal Statue, Incendiaries seems to be less valuable.
Yeah,
but it could have a place if structures get out of control. So it's good that it's there as sort of a stopgap if things happen. But I think we're probably okay.
Yeah.
It may have been just to protect the game from, if Overdrive became so powerful that people were using ether pumps and destroyers and
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it has a place right now, but I'm glad it's there.
Yeah, it's a backup card.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Desperation was my favourite card until I told them to change it.
Yeah, yeah. Before it did 3 damage, and it could
you could get it to do 3 damage for 1 cost, just by lining your units up.
And you could pick, and that's because you could cast it on an opposing creature.
Yeah, they didn't think about that. Thought, like, just do it on your own. It will do 3 damage just to increase it by 6 attack. Where's the harm in that? Like, no.
Oops.
I've been killing lots of things just by doing that.
Just by casting Desperate,
Yeah, so now it'll only do 1 damage regardless.
Yeah, and it still seems like it's fair. If it's being used on a
Gravelock Raider.
Yeah, to maybe that's to its fullest effect is on a Gravelock Raider in a row or in a lane that has
a bunch 7 or 8 attack. Mm.
Yeah, so that would be interesting. It seems like it's in competition for Iron Whip as a spot though.
Yeah, on the Iron Whip at the moment.
Yeah, and exactly. I think me personally, I would go for Iron Whip as well. So
yeah. Last but not least, I think we have rigged. Was it?
Yep. Which just makes everything a proximity mine, or every structure a proximity mine.
Is it just structure? Is it? Yeah, it's just structure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've basically gone over that. So I hope that answers your question. I think we did quite well there.
I think we did quite well. Yeah, and did we talk about the newest scroll? I guess we already did.
Yeah, we did in the previous bit. Another question from Crow. How do you feel that the nerfs to fertile soil and heritage will affect the current meta? Can you see any decks that might perhaps be challenging the 3 amigos? I don't know if any Mexican blokes are going to be challenged by these cards, but no, he was referring to the big decks, Monogrowth, Go, and maybe my weird, strange Faith Chains version. But yeah, it's basically it killed my Faith Chains deck.
Yeah. The lack of creatures or the need for creatures on fertile soil makes it so that you're gonna have to play creatures, so
yeah,
can't just do it with structures anymore.
So all these fancy decks and memorials and buffing, they're all dead.
It seems like heritage is no longer an auto include as it once was.
Yeah, you could previously just splash heritage on its own, but no longer.
Now you have to justify getting the 3 resources, and there are often times where if the only thing I have in my hand is a heritage, then I'll just sack it for scrolls as opposed to obviously casting it, because I'm essentially getting the same effect without the mana investment or the resource investment.
Yeah. Right. But, yeah, it's basically made a lot of decks worse, but in doing so, it's made a lot of other decks better, which is what we're after.
Yeah. And I don't think those changes specifically on their own changed the format too terribly much. It seems like Growth Order is still big. I think the big changes with Quake and Kinfolk Veteran might be bigger, in addition to the Fertile Soil Heritage changes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Last question from Acid Jib.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about adding some sort of limited play functionality similar to that of Magic the Gathering's booster drafting?
That would be interesting.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, you'd have to. That would be a whole new interface, I think, and it would be some strange kind of trade channel where every.
It would have to be done single resource.
Yeah.
Because no way could you just have like 4 random resources and build like a 40 card deck from like 45, 60 cards.
I think that would be interesting, actually. Yeah, implementing it would be odd, but I think it would. I would be for it. I mean, I would be for anything that gets new kinds of play or gets some way to level the playing field a bit. Or keep games varied, so you can have higher competitive play that doesn't also involve playing the same deck all the time.
Yeah. Well, actually, I suppose I'm forgotten how Magic the Gathering drafting works. I thought you get to pick your own card, don't you? So,
well, essentially,
maybe it would be viable. Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be.
It'd be difficult, but viable.
Yeah, it could be though. So like limited play, essentially is drafting. And if you've not played Magic the Gathering draft, you just go Google it because I'm not going to explain it. But one of the key things is there are packs that get passed around, and you have to select from the packs. And so there's that part of the skill, and that would be interesting to sort of evaluate scrolls in a in like a 12 pack setting and say which one's the best and then which one's going to sort of help me out. So it would be interesting. It would be skill testing, and it would be good.
If it does happen, pick Essence Feast first. That is the best card to pick in that situation.
Essence Feast. Oh wow.
Yeah.
You just tap on the back. Best scroll in the game currently.
It is. It's OP.
It's way too. Yeah.
Incredibly rare.
Idle health. I mean, really.
Yeah. Global idle health.
Global. Yeah.
The possibility of increasing it by 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. I mean, is that? I can't complain about that.
No, it's all good. Right, I think that's it for all the questions. We have a challenge for you guys though from General Form, I believe.
Yes.
And I shall insert his audio clip here.
Hello guys, this is Faum, also known as General Faum, and I have a quick puzzle challenge for your listeners. This first one isn't too difficult, but I may create some more challenging ones in the future. So, here's the puzzle. This is a standard game of scrolls. You have the first turn. Your opponent will play no scrolls. You can stack your deck any way you like, any build, and you'll draw the cards in the order you choose. You must win before your opponent's 5th turn. How do you do it? I know there's at least one solution, but it would be awesome if someone came up with more or an even faster solution. I'm looking forward to hearing the show. Keep it up, guys.
Right, so that's the challenge. Good luck doing that. Send your answers into TheScrollsShow at googlemail.com, and whoever gets the answer first will win something. a rare card.
We've got lots more to talk about, but we'll save that for another show. Thanks for listening this time. Submit your questions again also to scrollshow at googlemail.com.
Yep.
We'll post a link to that as well to our email address. We've got more sections planned and more great things to do with and for you guys. So
and subscribe to our YouTube channels.
There we go.
get the plug in.
Shameless plug. We'll link to those as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll sort of that stuff. And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Until next time.
Goodbye.